This is my audience.
Hi, Josh Smallwood. I am over the age of 18.
Stop. Alright, we start. What if I told you that I figured out a way to drastically cut down on violence against women? What if I told you the same solution could prevent the spread of many sexually transmitted diseases? Now, what if I told you that the solution to these problems was a simple change in behavior? It sounds exciting because the tiniest amount of effort on my and your part could make such a huge change. The best part is this solution isn't hypothetical at all. It's real and it's been proven to work. Today I'm going to persuade you to stop imposing certain gender-based stereotypes on women because they create ignorance and violence. Planned Parenthood defines gender stereotypes as a widely accepted judgment or bias about a person or group, even though it's overly simplified and not always accurate. Stereotypes based on gender have proven damaging over time, especially towards women. Most countries, including our own, impose a very specific behavioral stereotype on females that begins at birth. Women are labeled as the more delicate sex. Louder, assertive little girls are labeled as bossy. I'm sure you're familiar with what little girls are told when a little boy pulls their hair or pays negative attention to them. He just likes you, boys will be boys, and many other ridiculous cliches are used to excuse violent actions. The repercussions of behavioral stereotypes are best explained by Simano when she wrote, "Gender norms that say women should be polite and quiet lead many women to suppress their feelings in their relationships. It's also a part of the reason why women survivors of sexual assault or sexual harassment don't speak out about their experiences until later in life. Forcing traits like weakness or submission on females creates more violence towards women and unreported acts of violence." While women literally grow new humans inside them, society has created a level of discomfort around female sexuality. Our society has created a stigma of shame around females who explore or are open with their sexuality. This causes developing girls and even grown women to hide their natural feelings instead of exploring them and learning about their own sexual health. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution published this helpful warning. Such gender-based restrictions on girls leave them at a greater risk of dropping out of school, pregnancy, child marriage, exposure to violence, depression, HIV, and other sexually transmitted diseases. There's no use wondering why sexual diseases are still rampant if we are not comfortable educating half of our population on safe and healthy sex practices. The stereotypes we have placed on women are paralyzing. We have taught them to be silent when harmed and shamed for natural feelings. Bloom outlined the joint consequences of these two problems in an interview for the National Public Radio when he stated, "When boys and men are taught that girls are weak, sexual objects for the taking, adolescent girls pay a vast price. They are at a greater risk for HIV, STIs, child marriage, and they are at far more risk of gender-based violence. Every one of us has control over whether we will contribute to or fight this horrific treatment of women. We cannot control if or when violence will occur, but we can equip women with the tools to recognize danger, defend themselves, and loudly call attention to violence. We cannot control people's sexual decisions, but we can educate women about their own bodies, their feelings, and safe sexual practices. Changing how we treat women is how we start to fix these problems. Today, I persuaded you to stop imposing harmful gender stereotypes on women because of the damages they have caused. Our society is flawed, especially towards women, but we have the power to fix it. It is as simple as choosing to verbally empower a little girl instead of hushing her or brushing her feelings aside. Empowering women and girls will create confident members of society who understand their value and who will not be bullied or torn down." And this is them after my speech.